Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by MMA veteran Roberto Vargas. Roberto, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing good. Roberto, let's go back in time a little bit. Let's go back to your last fight. It was at Bellator 60 back in March against Marlon Sandro. What went wrong for you in that fight?
Well, basically I got hit with hard punches, and he knocked me kind of silly, so, I just couldn't recover. He was all over me after that, so it was just, one of those things where I just got hit with something I didn't see, and next thing and that was that, so just couldn't pull together and recover in time.
Yeah, it looked like there was definitely something wrong with you. The way the fight ended, the last couple minutes there, it looked like you were definitely out of it. Just curious, going into that fight, were things going good for you? Did you have a good weight cut? Did you have a good camp going into that one?
Yeah, everything was really good. It was all dialed in. I felt great. I didn't have any injuries or anything like that. It's just caught some real heavy hands of Marlon, and you guys one of the best in the world, and definitely capitalized on my mistake. I had to pay for it.
Did he surprise you with anything, or did he basically come with everything you had expected?
I'd never been hit as hard as I had been hit with him, so that was surprising. The power that he did have in his punches was very surprising. So, that was the only thing,
And now that fight was your most recent fight. That was all the way back in March. What have you been up to since then?
Well, since then I've just been, actually had to take some time off. I got hurt as a result of that fight. I had fractured my jaw, so had to take some time off to recover and heal, and just kind of reassess what I wanted to do, if I wanted to continue with my MMA career, or go down another avenue and try to do something else. And finally decided to get off my butt and start training again and see what I can do to start my career again.
How long did it take you to decide that you wanted to continue to do this? Was it a couple months of soul searching you had to do?
Yeah, it's difficult, because it's hard to support a family and pay the bills when obviously if you're injured, or if you're not fighting in shows that are paying you good amounts of money, because the training is so expensive, and even just being able to stay active on a month-to-month basis, on just on the local circuit or even smaller shows, it's difficult to stay booked. There's so much competition, and you're definitely almost fighting for pennies in some situations. So it's difficult to be able to justify that to your family and make ends meet. So that was definitely one of the huge main factors of the full searching at what I had and what I could do to it's kind of that fork in the road as far as, okay, hey, it was a good go, or hey, keep trying, So.
Did you contemplate changing training? Did you, relocating somewhere else to get that training? Was that ever a problem, or was it mostly just looking at it from a financial standpoint and what you got to do for your family? What exactly were you juggling during this time?
No, never thought about relocating or anything like that. I'm definitely very pleased with the training that I get over at Millennia and my coaches over there, and then I feel like I'm in a good spot. Even just where I'm located, I'm definitely within driving distance of some of the best gyms in the world. As far as like going down to San Diego, going to Alliance, or even down in Huntington Beach. There's different gyms out there that are all within driving distance. If I felt the need to go and really, really elevate myself and surround myself with the best in the world, and even Las Vegas is within reasonable driving distance. So it's not about relocating for me or changing my training around. I definitely am very comfortable with my training and my staff. It was just primarily definitely felt like, it's a golden opportunity, and, it could really change my life and turn things around, and then it didn't happen, so it was kind of like, watching your dreams, shatter right in front of you, and you're kind of sitting there wondering where to go next, so.
Mm-hmm. Did you think about changing weight classes? Is that even possible? Because you're not the biggest featherweight out there, but you might be a little bit small for lightweight, and I think you might be a little bit too big for bantamweight. Was that ever anything that entered your head? Hey, maybe I might need to switch weight classes?
No, there's no way I would physically be able to make 135. There's no way now. I've been cutting weight way too long since I was a kid for wrestling, and there's only so much torture I can inflict on myself before going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not even remotely big enough for a lightweight. So, I definitely, featherweight's a good spot for me. I could probably, change my body size a little bit if I needed to be a little bit of a bigger featherweight, but, I'm definitely comfortable where I'm at and how I feel, and, the power that I possess, being at featherweight, definitely I feel it's competitive.
Mm-hmm. Do you still have a contract with Bellator?
No, I've been released from Bellator.
Mm-hmm. And now you got a fight coming up December 20th at King of the Cage Vigilante. How's training been going for that fight?
It's great. Training's great. I kind of have a new sitting at home on the shelf. Like we were talking about before with the soul surgeon. I have a new found resurgence of the passion and why I'm doing it and what I'm doing it for. And it's not about the money to me so much anymore. It's more for the passion of who I am and just the competitor that I've always been and been developed into since I was a kid, and so that's really just motivating me and pushing me to just come back with a fury and really redeem myself, and so that's really motivated me throughout this training camp, and I'm fired up.
Mm-hmm. Some of your training partners, your brother obviously, Tommy Vargas, Georgie Karkanian. Who are some of the other guys that are helping you get ready for this fight, and what's it like training with those guys?
Some of the other guys I've been working with, Brian Cobb, Rodney Roden, and Syed Awad. They're all guys that I've trained with in the past before, and they're a great circle of guys that are all very knowledgeable in their own respects and skill sets, and they're definitely good guys that I can trust, that I know that will push me to the level that I need to be pushed to, and not hurt me or allow myself to get hurt, or I can't hurt them either, vice versa. We have that common goal of improvement and stuff like that, and we're all kind of like a family. It's really nice. It's all a team. We all believe in each other, and we all try to help each other out as much as we can.
Mm-hmm. Is your brother also going to be fighting on this card?
No, Tommy is not going to be fighting probably till the spring or summertime. He actually tore his ACL in the summertime, so he's recovering from that. So he's kind of sitting on the edge right now, just rehab and stuff.
Oh, I see. Now your opponent, Musa Tolliver, how much do you know about him?
Not so much, Lip. All I know for the most part is he's one of Antonio McKee's guys. I guess he's more of a wrestling type style. Maybe a taller featherweight. And that's pretty much it. I really have only seen one or two films of his fights, and they're kind of dated. So, I know his record is kind of 50-50, but a lot of decisions and stuff. So I'm not really sure as far as specifically. I'm just kind of going with the plan that I think he's going to try to wrestle me as much as he can, and do the Antonio McKee style and kind of try to lay and pray.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Is this a multiple fight deal with King of the Cage, or is it just a one-off?
No, it's a multiple fight deal.
Mm-hmm. I see. And obviously, no one ever wants to suffer a loss, ever. You know, the name of the game is to win, but could this Marlon Sandro fight possibly be a good thing for you, do you think, you know, in the long run?
You know, just solely in the fact that, I've never, I guess you could say, been defeated that convincingly. So it kind of sets me back and brings me back down to reality and let me know that, hey, there are some freaking beasts out there. And, you got to be on top of your game all the time, and you got to be dialed in. And not that I took him lightly or anything like that, but it's just, it's kind of that reality check of, there's always that one guy out there that's bigger and badder than you. So, it potentially could be because, I'm back to square one of having that passion first and competitive nature first instead of just looking at it as trying to make money and that comes along with it, but it's not the sole drive for doing this MMA stuff.
Mm-hmm. Last thing I wanted to ask you, just kind of a goofy thing to end on, is your beard. You have one of the most underrated beards in MMA. You got all these other guys who are, getting more eyeballs their way. Johnny Hendricks, he's got a great beard. Roy Nelson, he's got a great beard. Your beard, flying under the radar. Is that just something that you do for fight camps? Is when you start a camp, you grow it out and for the fight, and then after the fight, you shave it off?
Yeah, I've been growing it out since college, and I grow it out, and then it's like I'll try to shave it a little bit, but then I go and buy razors, and they're outrageously priced. So it's like, screw it, I'll just grow my beard out. I'd rather just have a beard and save the extra cash. So, but yeah, I definitely noticed that it's kind of fun to play with now because a lot of times, even at my own gym, people don't even recognize me. I'll walk through the gym, and people don't recognize me if I'm clean shaven. They actually mistake me as my brother. Yeah. And then when I have my beard, then it's like, oh, hey, what's up, brother? And it's like, dude, I just saw you 2 weeks ago. You didn't remember who I was, so.
Yeah, I was just going to say that because I saw a picture of you when you didn't have the beard, and I didn't even recognize you. So it's funny that you mentioned that. Mm-hmm. And also, some of the wrestlers say that, that beard actually helps them in a weird way, that, rubbing it up against somebody's face, can actually be painful. Have you found out from anyone that you've rolled with saying, hey, your beard just scratched me or something?
No, never. I actually take pretty good care of my beard. I use conditioner on it and stuff like that. I like to keep it soft when I comb it, so it doesn't turn into a little nappy type willow pad to start scruffing people up. So
that's funny.
Sometimes it's long. Sometimes it'll get too long, and then I gotta trim it because I start getting guys get smart. They start pulling it on it and getting fingers and gloves pulled stuck in it, and then it's not good.
That's funny. Roberto, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you would like to thank, and is there anything you'd like to say to the fans?
I just, for the fans, just really keep your eyes out for me. I'm really trying to make a strong run with this King of the Cage deal, and, I'm definitely shooting for the belt, King of the Cage, and I think I can make it happen in 2013. So keep your eyes peeled and watch out for me, and watch out for my brother Tommy Vargas making his comeback, getting back off his injury in 2013. It's going to be a big year for us. So we're super excited. I'd like to give huge thanks to Millennia MMA. Those guys are always there, got my back, and always have the doors open to help me out. So big thank you to them.
Roberto, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it. Good luck December 20th at King of the Cage Vigilante against Musa Tolliver.
All right. Thank you.